Welcome back. It's quite volatile for the market. The mid-cap index is down about close to 1%, and the advanced decline ratio is about 1:3 at this point in time. Let's now get into that interesting discussion that we promised. Siby Antony, CEO and MD of Edelweiss Asset Reconstruction Company, now joins in. Siby, hi, good morning. What's been the trend in terms of the kind of negotiations that's been taking place between ARCs and banks of late? If you could throw some more light on that.
Hi, Anuj. See, banks are nearly 20 banks are in the market for sale. See, after that shift in the regulatory prescription of 1585, there has been negotiations with the banks, and the pricing is the key, because in a 1585 the capital that an ARC has to put in is more. So it's more of a capital business rather than an agency business. So the pricing is the issue, and I think banks are getting used to that sort of pricing. I think it will become realistic over a period of time. It's evolving. Pricing is evolving. So it will, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Antony, that point is taken then. In terms of Edelweiss ARC, how much have you all managed to buy from the banks at prices or reserve prices that you thought you were comfortable with?
There are two things. One is we bought nearly 35,000 crore of assets so far.
Since when?
During the last 1 year.
Okay.
And the consideration paid by is around 18,000 crore.
And what does the recovery look like?
See, recovery, it depends on. See, our motto, our theme is revival. The Edelweiss ARC is focusing on revival. In fact, if you look at 65% of my acquisition are large assets which can be revived. They have been tried in CDR, and we have analyzed them, and I am sure they can be revived very well, and the recovery can be anywhere near the acquisition price.
Okay, Mr. Antony, while your point is taken that you've bought loans worth 35,000 crores in the last 1 year, what I wanted to understand is that since the rules from the RBI have changed, where the upfront payment would be 15% versus 5% for asset reconstruction companies, since then, how much has Edelweiss ARC bought?
Yeah, we would have bought around 1,000 crore, and the consideration paid by is around 500 crore.
Okay. And that's the trend that we're seeing across the board, that banks have now sold much less to asset reconstruction companies, despite the fact that maybe there could be a much more which could be on offer?
Absolutely. Actually, the sale has come down. As I said, the pricing is an issue. Pricing is evolve. Actually, the pricing is evolve. See, the good thing that have happened in the 15% upfront payment, the market is maturing, and it is maturing towards maybe all cash buyout, which is the international trend. 35 to 40 cents per dollar international trend of buyout of assets. Bad assets, absolutely, right. So we are going towards that.
Okay. Mr. Antony, I just, I'm sure that you won't be able to talk about specific accounts, but I have to ask you about Bharti Shipyard, since that was in the news. And can you give us a sense in terms of how much have you bought from lenders to Bharti Shipyard out of that 8,000 crores exposure that they have, and what is the plan in terms of recovery for Bharti?
Yeah, Bharti was one of the first sale by banks on a consortium basis, and we bid for it, that thinking that all the lenders would sell it to us. In fact, we bought nearly 60% of the debt from around 50% of the lenders. So going forward, our plan is to revive this company, because this company is basic business is robust. There are a lot of orders to be complete. So what we have prioritized is to complete many of the orders, and but for executing these orders you need funds. Now we are trying to arrange funds fact, I think it is in the public domain that one of the assets of the company was sold, a non-core asset, and some funds are available already. So we are rationing out this money to, for completion of some other ships.
So what would be the plan for Bharti Shipyard? What would be the other non-core assets that might be sold in the coming days, and how much would that be worth, and any sort of orders which they would be executing?
Exactly, I won't be able to answer this question because we are doing a complete due diligence of this company.
Okay.
We are discussing with some distressed asset funds who have shown some interest in funding on a priority structure. We are working towards that because this company would need immediately around 200 to 300 crore for executing some of the orders which are in the advanced stage of completion. So we are focusing on those ships.
Okay. Fair enough, Mr. Antony. We leave it at that. Thank you very much for taking the time out and speaking with us. So that's Edelweiss ARC. They generally haven't spoken to the media up till now, or haven't spoken about how much they bought. But this is important in terms of at least banks will not be selling as much to asset reconstruction companies as we saw in Q1. And that would mean maybe there could be some pressure on asset quality for Q2 as opposed to what we've seen in Q1.
That's an interesting point that Ekta mentions, and as you can see, some of the PSU banks are down in trade. Bank of India in particular down 3.5%. But onto CNBC TV 18 exclusive, then sources indicate that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will take up immigration issues on his US visit. Kritika Saxena now joins in to tell us more about that.